Hi, this is Dr. Rod with 17th Street Chiropractic, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about prescription drugs. And usually when chiropractors talk about prescription drugs, usually it's in a bashing manner. And I'm not here today to bash drugs. I don't think all drugs are bad or prescription drugs are bad. And I definitely believe there's a place in our society for prescription drugs. But I would like to talk a little bit about how dependent people have become on prescription drugs and their mentality of what they think when they consume those are causing their body to react. So first thing I want to point out is that prescription drugs do not make you healthy. Okay, prescription drugs are utilized in your body to make up for something your body is not being able to do, either to fight an infection or to compensate for some more hormone imbalance, or whichever the case. In many cases, drugs are actually used to combat symptoms of a disease and not the disease itself. But what happens is most of the time people neglect their bodies for many years. The only way that people are going to be healthy is by exercising regularly, eating well, getting adjusted, and having the right supplementations of good vitamins and oils and minerals in their diet. Because the food nowadays really is kind of depleted from those, but that's another topic. But that's the only way, and getting the appropriate amount of rest. But nowadays in our society, it feels like people want a quick fix to their problems, so drugs are usually the fastest and easiest way. People neglect their bodies to do those 5 things for many years, and then when something happens, they go to the doctor and get some drug to deal with that. It's either pain or some other sort of problem going on. And usually, as I said, it works pretty well, but that's not making you healthy. Okay, that's just either helping your body deal with a situation that it cannot deal on its own, or it's covering up symptoms that you're having. If your body cannot handle a situation on its own, it means your body is not healthy. And again, I want to point out the only way for you to be healthy is to eating right, getting adjusted, exercising regularly, resting, and taking the right supplementations. This is the only way you're going to get healthy. By taking prescription medications, you're not going to get healthy. Are prescription medications bad? No, they're not bad. There's a place in our society for them. They're great in acute cases when somebody has a really bad disease or a really bad infection, or they're about to die or something like this. They're really very useful. My problem is how people use those drugs nowadays. Any little thing that they have, they look for a drug to solve that problem, like a magical pill. Or, again, they neglect their body for many years, and then the way they deal with it is to take the drug to resolve or apparently help out with the problem. That's not going to make you healthy. That is not making you healthy. Taking a drug does not make you healthy. I want you to understand that anything that you put in your body that is not water or food is going to have a side effect on your body that can cause other problems. Some effects can be good, as we talked about, resolving of the disease or the symptom that you have, but it can also cause other problems like liver failure, kidney failure, internal bleeding, and all kinds of stuff that those drugs have side effects of. And a lot of people don't actually read of what the side effects of those drugs do, and it's very concerning because they can have really serious side effects. And if anything else, you should at least recognize the symptoms that you're having those side effects. If you don't know what they are, how can you recognize them, right? So it's important to all, if you're taking something, to know what that can cause you in the future. But my biggest problem with people is the taking prescription drugs is how they take it. As I said, it's a quick solve for mostly anything, and they're not taking the right approach. And the right approach is to be healthy, to get your body healthy. It's not covering up, it's not helping your body deal with the situation with chemicals. It's actually getting healthy, getting out there, moving, and getting yourself 100% or as close to 100% as you can to be healthy. Usually people have one problem, let's say pain, so they go to a doctor and get a drug to resolve their pain. The pain goes away because of the drug, either because it's just covering symptoms or is actually helping your body to compensate for the neglect that you had in the past. So that drug takes care of that, but at the same time, it's anytime you put anything in your body that's not water or food is going to have side effects. So it's interfering with something else in your body. And some other disease or condition might come up. And how to deal with that is usually to go to the doctor and get something else for that problem. What happens with time is that you start building a lot of dependency on getting drug after drug after drug after drug, and then before you know it, you're taking a lot of drugs because you neglected your body at first, and you had to compensate for each drug that you're taking by taking another drug. And I'm not saying that everybody neglects their body. There are people who really need drugs, prescription drugs, to help them, and that's totally fine. Some people can be as healthy as possible and still have problems, and those are the times when drugs are good, or when they have a really acute problem that needs to be taken care of right away. So those is good, but most of people don't do that. Most people actually have that dependency, and this is an issue close to my heart because I have people in my family that I feel like fell into that trap. Trap is a strong word, but you know what I mean, that one drug leads to another one, to another one, to another one, and then all of a sudden you have a lot of drugs that you're taking to balance it out, all those side effects that you're having. Another problem with prescription drugs is the interaction between them. If you're taking two drugs, there's no way to predict how those two drugs are going to interact with each other, and the chemicals are going to bond together and become another chemical and interfere in your body. Now, if two drugs can already cause this effect in your body, imagine when you're taking 8 or 9 different drugs, right? What kind of effect can you have in your body? What kind of chemicals it can become, and what kind of effects can you have in your body? And you might say, oh, nobody takes 8 or 9 drugs. Actually, a lot of people do. Over 50% of seniors in the United States take more than 7 or 8 drugs right now. So that's kind of insane, in my opinion. I'm not here preaching for you to go to your doctor and say, I want out of all the drugs that I'm taking. No, that's not what I'm saying. Or go, I'm not taking drugs anymore. Or drugs are bad. And that's not what I'm saying at all. Please don't do that. Please don't get out of your prescription drugs just because you watched this video. That would be irresponsible. The best thing to do is to get your lifestyle in check. Start exercising, start working out, start sleeping well, getting adjusted, get the right supplementation, eating correctly, and then talk to your doctor and say, hey, I'm doing all those things. Can we try something else? Can we try diminishing the drugs? And then the doctor will tell you, yes, you can, or no, you cannot. Please don't do anything drastic like that. But the idea is that prescription drugs will never make you healthy. You can only get yourself healthy by doing the right things in your life and not neglecting your body. So I hope this has been helpful. Again, this is not an anti-prescription drug video, but it is an informative video that you should be aware of what you take, what you put in your body, and that the least you do put it in your body, the better you are. As far as chemicals go, and that is not just for prescription drugs. Any chemicals, you're better off. Stay with things that are natural, that your body was evolved to digest. Okay, so again, this is Dr. Rod with 17th Street Chiropractic. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.